Hello, this is Coach Morrison. Today, we're going to talk about you because you matter. I'm going to bring out some things that are important for you to understand about yourself, about the world, and about how you can achieve your goals. Because it does matter if you achieve your goals. I know a lot of people, they think to themselves, I don't have the talent, I don't have the finances, the backing. So whatever I want, I guess it's not for me. But the point is, if you want something, then it matters to you because you matter. Let's say, for example, if you told yourself, I want to be a basketball player, but I'm too short. Well, there are people right now who are in the NBA and they're not 6 feet tall. They're not even some of them are not even 5'5", but they are able to achieve their goals because it mattered to them that they achieved it, and they found a way to do it. There are people who didn't have the ability to go to a high level education institute like Harvard or Yale or Princeton or MIT, but they studied on their own. They became what is called autodidactic. That means that they find ways to achieve their goals by searching. For example, Abraham Lincoln, he studied on his own and then he passed the bar. So the point is, see, it matters. It matters. There are things that you want that might take a long time. Some people can, let's say, they can go into a course and then next thing you know they're playing the piano like a master, or speaking second language, at a very high level. But there are other people who just couldn't get it. It took a lot of time. But the point is, when you step out there in the world and you show your skills, you show the result of what you've done, and it's good. People don't say, "Oh, how long did this take?" They have no idea. All they see is the result because it mattered. You mattered, and the point is, you have to get it done. You see, for example, when I was young, I was afraid that if I drove a car, I would crash, I would die, I would get hurt because when I was a child, I was in 2 accidents. Um, I wasn't driving, but I was a passenger. So in my mind, oh, driving is terrible. It's something I can't never learn, and it's dangerous. And so I went past 16, didn't get my license. 26, finally, I was with some guys at work, and we were all of the same age. None of us had a license. We say, let's go get our license. Well, my other two friends, they did it. They did that. We all went to school. We all practiced. We all passed, got our license, and they went and got cars, and I didn't because I was still afraid. So finally, when in my 40s, I have a situation where I start to sell insurance, and I went out with my trainer for the initial training, doing the presentations, and I did very well. And she took me everywhere to all my appointments, and then finally she said, "Well, John, you're trained, you're licensed, you're ready to go. So take care. You gotta do something on your own now." I said, "What?" "Yeah, because I gotta go train their people." So I had no choice. So I went to a dealership. I got a car. I was nervous. I had my license, but I didn't have a lot of practical experience driving, but I could drive enough. So I got the car. Now, there's one thing that I didn't tell you. During this time when I didn't drive a car, there's two things that I did do. I worked in a warehouse where I drove a lift truck. And in order to drive a lift truck, you had to have your driver's license. So I did drive the lift truck all day long. And you had to drive backwards. You would pick up a pallet of material and then you would drive backwards through the warehouse, going in and out. And I got pretty good doing that. Also, I would spend time at the arcade, and there was a machine. It was a driving game called Speed Racer. We actually sat in the car. You had a four-speed manual shift and a clutch, and you had to go down the road at a certain speed and make jumps. And if you jumped and landed at too high speed, your car would crash, your windshield would break, and you would have to go back to the beginning. So I got really, really good at driving this machine, and so I got good at driving the arcade machine, which is very realistic, and I got really good at driving the lift truck, which was something that I had to go really strategically going backwards and moving around in a safe way. So by the time I got into a car, what I did was I went to I hired a driver for one day, like a driving trainer, a driving trainer, to help me to get myself ready to go on the road. So hired this guy for 90 minutes, and he took me out, and he said that your driving was brilliant. He said your driving is very, very good. You know how to drive. You make one little mistake, you didn't merge properly on the highway, but he says you can drive my car. I would trust you. You're a good driver. So after a while, a year later, I became able to drive as a yellow cab driver, a taxi driver. I did for 18 years. So going from someone who was afraid of driving to someone who drove for 18 years, making a lot of money driving. That's what I did. If it's important to you, you will find a way. And you will find a way to practice it. You will find a way to think about it and make it right for you. And so when you get on the road, you're going to be safe. When you get out there to speak, you're going to be able to do it. Practice, practice, practice. The point is this here: you matter. It matters. And if you want to see it done, you have to be able to do it. And if one way doesn't work, find another way. If you, let's say, for example, you were going on a date with this beautiful woman and she told you where she was and you had to meet her at a certain time. And you said, okay, I'm going to get there. And so, going down the road, you're going down the road and there's a detour or there's an accident. Something is blocking the road. Okay, I got to get there. So you find another way. Again, you go down the road and you get a little bit lost. So you find another way. You ask for directions because you know that at the end of your journey, there's something that's going to be worth your time that you put in. It's that beautiful person waiting for you at that restaurant. Another thing too, understand this here. Whenever you make a mistake, you actually get smarter because now you've learned the knowledge. Remember once when I was young, I was talking to someone and I said, I meant to say misconception. I said misconsumption. And he said, oh, you mean misconception. And I got nervous because I was embarrassed, but I never forgot it. Okay. That was over 40 years ago and I never forgot it. Or if someone would just say, be Pacific. And say, oh, you mean be specific. Oh, you're a little bit embarrassed, but now you got smarter. So whenever you make a mistake, it's fine. You actually achieved more of a level of understanding by making that mistake. So do not, do not discourage mistakes. Mistakes help you to go one step further. If you go down one road and you see it's a dead end or it's the wrong, or it's just the wrong direction, you now know which way not to go in the future. So because why? Why again? Because it matters and you matter. So make this day special. Make this day a day that you can add on to your progress of going forward. Don't say I can't do it. Don't give up. Find a way. If you get lost, seek help. There's so much help out there. And so there are people who can help you. I'm trying to help you. We're all here to help each other. It matters. You matter. So make this day special by doing what you want to do. Plan it out. See yourself successful. And if you make a mistake, tell yourself, I'm not going to cancel the appointment. I'm not going to cancel the goal. I'm not going to cancel the dream. I'm going to just find another way to achieve it. That's what it's all about. Because it matters and you matter.